All right. So, I think things should be set up correctly now. Here we go. Alrighty then. Let us get questing. I will, I'll keep the commentary a bit low until I actually have people joining me today. Don't want to tire out the voice too much. We've got these guys we need to kill for a quest. Let me actually enable viewer numbers for the first time in a while. I haven't done that in quite some time, but let me see, docs. And here we go. Now I get viewer numbers as well. Now I can see if people are in fact tuning in to the stream. Alright, so we need a couple of these eyes. Need some other things as well. Whole bunch of quests, using Questy for the first time in a very long time. And make sure I keep Battle Shout up. I haven't played Warrior in a couple of years. Not that I really played much Warrior before that, but hey, you know. Today is just kind of chilling, leveling. Not too much special stuff, really. Using Questy. Yeah, I think the audio is quite low. There we go. The audio should be bumped up a little bit. There isn't too much audio going on right now. So I'll just bump up the audio on my end as well. Make sure there's actually some audio going on. Here we go. I think the audio should be much better now. Alright, are there any mobs out here that I can go kill for my quest? With my beautiful... Oh, here we go. It's a surf crawler. We'll reapply Battle Shout. This is the perfect kind of game where I can just kind of chat with, well, the chat when stuff does start happening and just grind in the background. Doesn't really require too much focus on my part, besides making sure I don't pull more than one mob at a time. Alright, there we go. The mucus 6 out of 8. Going well. Are there any more mobs around here? Hello. These tigers are fairly dangerous. I have had a couple of tigers swarm me. I had 3 tigers on me at once yesterday, and it did cause me to almost die. Alright, there's a tiger. A Duratar tiger. We go and we kill it. So, for anyone who might tune in here, I definitely would love any kind of advice that you would like to give me, because I haven't really played much Horde, and I would like to be a little bit more efficient this time around. Not that I'm looking to speedrun anything, but I would like to at least do a bit better. There's also these Blood Talon tail lashes that I have to be a little bit careful about. Here we go. I need these guys. I think my HP regen actually is quite good. I guess warriors have a lot of innate HP regen, which is really convenient. Because I'm not really eating too much right now, though I guess I'll have to eat more later. So far, we're quite alright. Making sure I reapply Rend every time it runs out, so that I can get some uptime on my DPS. Oh, hit him. There we go. That is eye number 2. Let me take a sip of my delicious Baileys. Which is hidden behind a lot of different stuff. There we go. Right. Let us proceed. go. Another tiger. First, make sure I guess I'll apply Rend first. Then I grab Battle Shout. And then, oh, the Rend didn't apply. And I think as long as Rend is up and my Battle Shout is up, I think I just spam Heroic Strike. I think that's literally all I do. There's also a boat coming through. I don't know where the boat's going. But it appears to be going somewhere down. Somewhere down? Oh, I guess that's the Thermore Isle boat, probably. Maybe. Okay, there we go. Durotor Tiger Fur again. Making some progress. Hi, nice to see you on your new chart. Yeah, hey man, thank you for joining me. Thanks so much. Yeah, I'm playing on the anniversary edition this time around. How was the Christmas market? Did you end up going? Yeah. So I went to the Christmas market, and overall, I had a very pleasant experience. Thank you so much for asking. It was great. I only ended up going for one day because we had about 18,000 steps or something, and we were just kind of done. So we decided not to. We didn't have a hotel reserved or anything, so we ended up going for one day, which was kind of the plan. Because also the weather wasn't amazing. It was quite cold, but it was gonna rain in the evening, so we went home in the evening. But overall, it was a very pleasant experience. The only downside is that German roads, like the quality of the roads, it is questionable. So I was driving home. I was the one driving, which I'm perfectly fine with. I don't mind driving for like 2-3 hours. That's all good. But I was driving, and there's a couple of things that happened at the same time. So first of all, there's like a lot of road work going on. So like a lot of areas where like it went from 3 lanes to 2 lanes. Like they were kind of narrow and stuff, which is all right, But then also it was very rainy on the way back. And then also the third thing. Oh boy, wait, hold on. This might actually prove to be a little bit of a pickle. Let's see if you can just like spam Heroic Strike and pray, okay? Come on. I'll continue my point in a moment, but this tiger is like all my attention. Come on, man. Come on. Oh, no, you must pump harder. Come on. Come on, Orc. Come on, Orc. Okay, I'm dead. That's fine. No, I'll just run back. So to continue my point, it was really, really nice, but the way back, yeah, it was, very narrow road because of the consistent road work that was going on. Well, I mean, people weren't actually working. It was just the roads were like under construction. And it was very rainy, and like the lines you have on the roads, like they were very invisible at times. So it took me so much focus to make sure that I really kept my eyes on exactly where I was going. And overall, I just had a very, very unpleasant drive home because it took so much mental effort to really be focused on like the road, not being able to see where I was going, like heavy rain, like all those kind of things. But the Christmas market itself, it was really, really nice. So yeah, I don't regret going, but I think next time I'll go, I'll probably either take a train or I'll go to one that's closer by, because the one in Cologne was not optimal. I don't think it was worth the like 5-ish hour drive I had to endure. It was like 2.5. It was about 2 hours there, 3 hours back because of like the heavy rain and stuff. Like we had to like kind of drive a bit slower. The thing is, you have like these unlimited speed roads, which I guess is really cool, but it is not really optimal when you are kind of forced to drive like 90 to like 100 because the road quality is just not up to par. Oh boy, please, if I die again, I'll be so sad. Please, no, come on, kill him. Come on. Okay, apply this. Here we go. Come on, kill him. The warrior experience right here. Yeah, the German roads seem to be good for some kilometers, and then road work, same experience from my side. Yeah, it's just, I'm used to Dutch roads, and I'm not a very nationalistic person, but if there's one thing that I always appreciate about the Netherlands is that the roads here are really good. Like we have really high quality roads relative to what I experience in other countries. So, oh no, no, I'm eating an apple. No, come on. Oh boy, this is a pain, guys. You're watching the actual proper warrior experience. Wait, am I dead again? Yes, I think if I run, I think I'm just dead. So I'm committed. Come on, pump harder, man. Come pump harder. Come on, Heroic Strike. Come on. Haha! I will be victorious. There we go, guys. Okay, hold on. Let me sit back down, eat an apple, and pray. Okay, get myself well fed. Every bit of every little bit of stamina is just optimal. Hey Pip, thanks for joining me. You know, I'm very happy to have you guys both join like the first 15 minutes, so I have some people to talk to. Really, really fun. So just to quickly inform you, this is on the anniversary server. So I've been wanting to level a Horde character for a while because I kind of want to cover some of the Horde dungeons as well. And I was thinking about doing it on Season of Discovery. But since I kind of wanted to play on this server anyway, because I really would like to cover TBC at some point, so I decided, you know what? I probably won't be playing this server like a lot. I'll still be maining Season of Discovery because I want to continue my series. But whenever I have a situation where I either don't have a lot of time or I'm, you know, doing... like I have like a break from work or something. I just want to play a bit of WoW while not being, you know, invested in recording something. I'll have this server to go on with, and I'll probably, you know, if people enjoy it, and I'm hoping that's the case, then I'll definitely be streaming this a bit as well, because I do enjoy just chatting, and I think this is like the perfect chatting kind of game where I can just kind of be smashing shit while we can discuss like whatever we want to talk about. So this is the anniversary server, and I would like to, although probably very slowly, I would like to slowly work towards the cap. And, you know, maybe if Season Discovery doesn't go TBC, I can continue the series through here. It's all Greek to me as I'm not a gamer. Yeah, I mean, that makes total sense. You know, if you don't mind my asking, like, you know, obviously I very much appreciate you joining me even as a non-gamer, which, I mean, I guess it's a bit unique that, you know, I have people watching me who not only are not gamers, but they're, you know, not only are they not like WoW players, but they're not even gamers. So, you know, I appreciate you stopping by because, well, I guess, you know, I appreciate the company. It's always great to just be chatting, and it's great that I can just chat about whatever, and it doesn't always have to be game focused, which is great. Smashing shit is alright by me. Hey, that sounds good. We can smash shit together, sir. See, I'll just assume that every single person on the internet... Oh, please don't. No. Go, stay away from me. I'll assume that every single person on the internet is a guy until proven otherwise. Because, you know, obviously, every woman on the internet is also secretly a guy. That's how it works. Oh, my first bit of malachite. Cool. Okay, I'll wait for my HP to regen a little bit. So how have you guys been doing? That's how we get the meme by standing and hitting in WoW? Yeah. But yeah, tell me, how have you guys been doing today? Because that also is very important. Myself, I've had a pretty decent day. It was work, which, you know, wasn't super interesting, but, you know, like, you have to earn money somehow. And I drove to my parents, or I biked to my parents in this case. I had food there, bit of a chat, came home, wanted to play some WoW, launched my secret Season of Discovery series, and I wanted to, you know, record a video, because I haven't recorded a video in about a week, but I couldn't find any of the content that I wanted to do, any party for it, so I was like, well, either I can record nothing, I can go play some Dragon Quest, which I also really appreciate, but I can also just go level a bit of WoW, so that's what I'm doing right now, and yeah, I'm quite enjoying it. I do know World of Warcraft, or sorry, WoW means World of Warcraft, so I've got that going for me. Hey man, you already know more than my mom, I think, and that's good. You know, it's about little steps, small achievements. I am proud of you. There you go. Good. Currently 30 on lock, but went for Spine Shatter. Wait, hold on. Sorry, I'm a little bit lost there. I'm assuming you mean you're like... Wait, are you already like in your 30s on your Warlock right now? On this server? I mean, you've been going quite hard. I mean, obviously, I'm not being super efficient about it, but that sounds quite fast. But went for the Spine Shatter. Is that like a weapon or something that I'm just not aware of? Just home from the grocery shopping. It was a madhouse since Thanksgiving is Thursday. Oh, yeah, of course. You know, Thanksgiving is not really a thing we celebrate here, so I always kind of forget it exists. But obviously, it's a very big holiday in a lot of countries, especially America, I reckon. Oh, sorry, Spine Shatter is a realm. Okay, yeah, I was like, what is Spine Shatter? It's like an item or something? But yeah, okay, it's a server, of course. You know, I'm on like Thunder Fury or whatever. My Season of Discovery guild is also on here on Horde side, so I'll probably at some point join them. And, you know, maybe I'll really enjoy PvP servers, I don't know, but I kind of just want to enjoy the PvE side of TBC, I think. But hey, if you got your grocery shopping done, that is very important. And now you can kind of just sit back, relax, and watch a middle-aged guy play a 20-year-old game. Because that's what we all want to do on our evenings. I appreciate you making this active decision. Honestly, I stopped playing video games in 1988. I was into Pebble Beach... Wait, Pebble Beach Golf. Hold on. Pebble Beach Golf. Is that just... I'm assuming you're talking about just the actual act of physical Pebble Beach Golf? Or is there a video game also named that from those days? I cut my teeth on Pong, so yes, I'm a boomer. Hey, man. Hey, you know, I think we're kind of all boomers around here. I mean, obviously, you know, I don't consider myself to be particularly old. You know, I'm turning 30 in early next year in February. And, you know, I still consider myself to be fairly young, but I'm not like one of the, like, you know, little kids anymore. But it's kind of funny because every time I stream or I make WoW content, I still feel like I'm kind of a fairly young person. Because we have so many people in... Like, I have so many people in the comments who I think are a bit older because they were, you know, adults or at least, like, late teens when WoW first launched. And they've been playing for like 20 years now, so they're, you know, they're in like their late 30s, early 40s. It's cool to hear like all these stories from people where, you know, they met like their significant other on WoW, and then they got together and they've been playing ever since, like those kind of stories. Because, you know, I've heard so many of those kind of stories. You know, because it's such a long-running game that so many things have happened to people. People have met each other through here. Like it's always very interesting to hear how different the age range is, because there's definitely still people coming in for the first time. Like there's definitely like 16-year-old kids coming in still. Not that many probably, because I reckon they'll be playing like Fortnite or Roblox or whatever game people play nowadays. But yeah, it's fun to see like young people coming in, but also having a lot of, you know, like 30, 40, 50-year-old people coming in, or like who may have played for ages, which is really fun to see. Let's see. Pong, Space Invaders, Tetris, the one with the caterpillar, I forgot what it was called. Oh, the caterpillar. I'm trying to figure out what you're talking about, but I mean, I know all the other ones, Pong, Space Invaders, and Tetris, of course, but the one with the caterpillar. I mean, I know like Snake, where, you know, like your snake keeps getting bigger, and you have to avoid the edges of the like the level. Maybe that's what you're referring, which I think was just called Snake, but that's not a caterpillar. I can't imagine being a teen in the digital age. I was an outdoors kid, a tomboy. I mean, I'm kind of like I'm in this situation where, you know, as I said, I'm from 95, so my original like my growing up was like the first couple of years until I was about 6 or 7, I think, was purely outside, purely, you know, playing with friends outside, doing whatever kids do outside. And then I think when I was about 6 or 7 or something, I think my mom and dad, they gave me a Game Boy Advance for my birthday. And, you know, that's when I dove into Pokemon. You know, I started with Pokemon Silver and Gold, and then I got Ruby later on, those kind of things. And, you know, then I got a GameCube and then an Xbox at some point, and a 360. Actually, no, it was, sorry, GameCube into 360, and then from that point onwards, I kind of got a PC when I was like 12 to 14-ish, somewhere in that range. And I kind of, you know, always stuck with PC from that point onward. I do have a Nintendo Switch, which I occasionally use, but I've been mostly a PC gamer ever since. But it's probably quite weird because I'm kind of, you know, I'm from the age where, you know, I transitioned into the digital age. I didn't grow up with it being a thing, you know, like I kind of transitioned into it in like my late, like single digit years, like, you know, between like 6 and 12, I kind of like transitioned into the digital age. But I reckon being a kid right now is a bit weird because so many kids have screen time from like 2 years old. Like they'll grab a tablet or something and they'll just be like watching TikToks or something like immediately. And, you know, it's kind of hypocritical, but I'm not quite sure what I feel about that, because I do feel, as much as I appreciate gaming a ton, I do feel like if you get this instant gratification from watching like TikTok and the TikTok and the TikTok and the TikTok from a very young age, I really feel like your like reward receptors, like the way they're trained to always want short-term gratification, like I feel like that might hurt you. It's kind of the same like the way mobile games are designed, where every mobile game is designed to make you feel instant gratification, to make you spend more. And, you know, I didn't really grow up with them. I kind of learned what they were as I was old enough already to make good decisions. But if you grow up with those kind of, like, psychological games being played on you, like, you don't know any better. I think it's a fairly risky thing. I'm still curious to see what the caterpillar thing is, by the way. So do let me know once you found it. I'm quite curious to know, because all the other ones I do know. So how old are you guys, if you don't mind me asking? I mean, based on what you said, Pip, you know, I'm assuming you're at least 40 plus. If in 1988 you were dropping video games, then I reckon, you know, probably 40, 50-ish. Would be my guess. Oh boy, my HP. Oh, come on, start pumping. Come on, hard, more damage. Okay, there we go. Now be very careful. You agree, dark design patterns are rampant. Yeah, and I think it's like those dark design patterns, I think it's not a problem when they are employed in games where the people playing the games are well aware of what's going on, and you know they can make good decisions. But like, even adults struggle with the manipulative systems that are in place. How do you expect a kid to deal with it? And obviously they don't expect the kid to deal with it. They're expecting the kid to spend money, or you know, spend like their dad's credit card or whatever, and then you know, grow up and spend more and more and more and more as they get disposable income. But it's a very horrible pattern, because I don't think the games specifically are a bad thing, but I think the monetization of games is a very horrible trend. Not just for enjoyment, but also just for psychological damage that it can do. You're 63. Okay, I mean, no, it's cool to see people joining me in like a very different age bracket. You know, I'm. This is sorry, man. This is just me calling you old by accident. You know, like I. It's like a different age bracket. You know, I'm trying to be politically correct around here. But you know, it's great to see you enjoying my my content, because I've always felt my way of doing my content is hopefully a little bit more in tune with non-kids, to put it like that, because I don't like the flashy jump cut stuff and all those kind of terrible things that are just meant to keep people's attention for like 4 seconds and then jump to the next one, because people's attention spans are short. I prefer having people around who actually have more than a singular brain cell, who can focus on something. And Mon is in his 30s. Yeah, I kind of expected that, you know. Probably like similar age to me. Well, I mean, slightly older than I guess, but hey, that's all good. My brother bought his boys every console that came out. Like a Vision, Atari, Sony, Game Boy. Yeah, I mean, you know, gaming has always been a very big part of my life. But I always think it is very important to make sure that unless you're making money off gaming, you very much need to make sure that your enjoyment of games doesn't hurt other parts of your life. Which I've definitely had moments in my life when I was in high school, when I was, you know, like the 13 to 16 range, where you know, I didn't really spend too much time outside. I mean, I still don't really spend too much time outside, but like my social life wasn't very, very strong, which I don't regret really. But looking back, you know, I may have played a few too many games back then, which I don't really regret, but I can definitely see that, you know, it wasn't optimal either. Hey, what, man? Hey, thank you for joining me. Thank you for joining me. Haven't seen you in a while. Because I haven't streamed WoW in a while, you know, so that makes a lot of sense. How have you been, sir? How have you been? Thank you for joining me. No big deal. Enjoy yourself now. Old age is complete ass. Yeah, I mean, you know, I'm already noticing like a couple of things that are starting to become slightly less optimal than that I'm approaching 30. You know, mostly stuff just very simply with like the way you handle alcohol and stuff. Fortunately, I'm not really a person that really needs alcohol to have fun, but I've definitely noticed my ability to like wake up refreshed the next morning is slowly declining. Tetris was horribly addictive. I'd see blocks dropping when I close my eyes to sleep at night. Oh, I feel you. I used to, I mean, I still play a lot of League of Legends, but much less currently than I've done in past years. And I remember playing this character called Oriana, who, you know, you can control a ball and like you can shoot the ball in different directions. And like you can, it's the whole, like the whole mechanic of the character is like positioning your ball and stuff. And I played that character so much that literally all I could feel or all I could see when I was like walking around is I just saw like ball patterns, like, oh, I can move the ball there and like, you know, hit the AoE there. And I'm like, what? And at that moment I was like, okay, I need to take like a week-long break because I'm just like literally seeing patterns that I'm not supposed to be seeing. You know, I've also had stories of people who like, they see like a group of people and they're like, I could blow all of them up in like one big nuke here with my ability. And I'm like, that's very questionable thought patterns. Obviously, it makes sense because you're like looking at it from a gaming perspective, but you know, you gotta be very careful because there might be people who take those things and actually act upon them in a more malicious way because they're, you know, they can't differentiate anymore. But you know, stuff like that, you know, it really just does take over your brain, like really, because you're just like your brain just wants to make patterns happen, you know, and like you'll start seeing the patterns from the game appear outside the game. Which kind of to me, like whenever that happens to me, and it still sometimes happens to me, when I play like one game a lot, where I just start seeing gaming patterns appear in real life. The moment I have that, right now, I just say to myself, okay, I need to take a break. And it's not a bad thing necessarily when it happens, because, you know, I know why it happens, just because you've spent so much time like devoted to seeing the patterns. But it's probably a right time for a break. So you've been busy with real life and had a grippy sock what's a grippy sock vacation? Please explain. I have never heard of a grippy sock vacation, but I hope that's a good thing. Is that a hospital visit? Yeah, as Pip is saying right now, I mean, if it is, then I hope you have recovered well. Oh, I think my quests are all done. I've not been paying attention. I've just really been... Yeah, all the quests that I needed to do are done here. So I am here for no apparent reason. Oh, there's a quest over there, but there's level 10 quest. I'll return for that later. I've just kind of been chatting. I'm not really paying attention. This is the perfect game to just sit back, chat a little bit. Mental health ward and make you wear grippy sock. Wait, mental health ward? Are you okay, man? Because that sounds rough. You know, definitely do make sure to keep... If that's something serious, you know, make sure you keep a good eye on yourself. It's very important to keep your mental health intact. I haven't struggled with too much mental health issues, you know, besides obviously the downsides of, you know, like relationships going wrong and those kind of things. So, you know, I've been reasonably lucky that I've not had like, you know, super horrible things happen in my life, but yeah, making sure you stay mentally okay is so important. Yeah, I'm good, okay? Okay, yeah, good to hear, man. Good to hear. Make sure you take care of your mental health. For me, it really has helped. Like, whenever I felt mentally weak, whenever I felt like I was struggling with something mentally, it's always helped to me to achieve small goals. And to me, that has often been something that I would be proud of in the near future for achieving. So what I did when I felt really bad, like, okay, so a small story about myself, and I too, just like you said, you're an open book, I'm an open book as well. During 2020, when the COVID thing happened, I had just broken up with my girlfriend, I lost my job, I was in a house that was too expensive, I couldn't really see many friends because of COVID, and my life was just literally waking up, playing League all day long, just to make sure that I didn't have to think about real life, and just kind of, like, you know, retreating into whatever digital world I was playing in. And then what I did is I moved over to going to the gym a lot. And, you know, it wasn't really because, you know, I mean, obviously I wanted to achieve things, but I wanted to do things that, in hindsight, I'd be like, you know what? even if I feel bad right now, I can achieve something that I can be happy about later. And that really helped me, because even those like little victories really did, they kind of like gave me like this feeling of, hey, you know, my life may suck right now, but there's one thing I can control, and that's being in great shape. You had a rough life, went on my meds, had a breakdown. Oh, back on my meds now though. Yeah, I mean those meds can be, I mean they can be very helpful, but I've also heard stories of people getting to the point where they need them in order to function, which is always rough to hear. I am 29, 30 in May. Hey man, I'm 29, 30 in February, so I guess we're a very similar age. Made my first suicide attempt when I was only 10 years old. Wait, oh man, that's rough. Well, I mean, I'm happy you're still here. You know, I'm really happy that you made it through. You know, like I always feel people underestimate the damage that mental health can do, and it's so important to have people to reach out to and be, you know, just. I feel like even if people can't help you, at least, you know, just having a chat can always do some good. I let an old friend live with me for several years. He's schizophrenic. I'm glad he's moved out. It was getting to me. Oh, dude, that sounds really difficult. Because I can imagine I mean, obviously, I've never met anyone with schizophrenia, so I don't know exactly how difficult it is, but I have definitely spent a fair amount of time chatting to people with mental issues, other mental issues, of course, and it can be really difficult because obviously you want to help them, but you also sometimes, like, you have to be careful not to be dragged down with them into the trouble, because you need to make sure you stay stable, which also helps them in turn, but it, you know, sometimes you have to step back. So yeah, that's difficult. It's a crapshoot, those meds. Doctors seem to just guess and have to figure out what works over time. Yeah, true. I mean, I'll share something very personal here, but you know, I've also, what? I love that comment, by the way. Glad you guys found this awesome content creator. I'm really happy to read that. Really, that makes me really, really happy, because like the only thing that I really care about when making content is to, the thing I really enjoy is just this, like literally this. I don't need that number of my viewer number to say 10,000. I don't need to have a chat that's constantly spamming. I want interaction, and obviously, you know, having good statistics on YouTube is fun. Because I like growing my channel. That's simply like every content creator wants their channel to grow. But this is the most important stuff. So, you know, that's a really nice thing to say. Yeah, it was bringing my head down. Yeah, it's rough. And so yeah, something very personal about me is, and I've never been diagnosed. So I've never been to a doctor who said this to me, but I'm quite sure I have a form of Tourette's, because sometimes I have like these tics, and maybe you've noticed them on stream sometimes. For some reason, whenever I'm streaming, they're not really present too much. But I definitely had like these weird like shoulder movements, like, you know, like blinking with my eyes a bit more like forcefully, those kind of things. And you know, I know that like they've not really ruined my life, but they've definitely made situations where you know, I want to hide them rougher, because making you want to hide them kind of gives you more stress, which in turn makes them appear a bit more. And the only medication that works, as far as I'm aware, are like antidepressants, which I don't want to use because, you know, it's not ruining my life, and I don't want to take all the negative downsides. But I've definitely also been, like, throughout the years, especially when I was in my less happy periods, I've definitely thought about you know, getting like a diagnosis, getting the meds and stuff. So it can be rough. I very much feel you. People need to learn to just be. All those opinions don't truly matter. It's about accepting the good and the bad, not overanalyzing what others may what others go through. Just accept you have had battles, bad of calls, you and your own struggles and issues to navigate. Yeah, that's what. Yeah, it can be bad, but it is what it is, and I can manage. Yeah, I feel you. I think in the end, it's all about how you treat things. Oftentimes, you just can't change things, and you need to live with the fact that you can't change it and make the best out of it. Also, let me quickly go through this.
Well done.
So as you can see, you know, like during my series, I'm very much into reading everything, being immersed, all those kind of things. This series is not going to be about that. This series is going to be about me playing through it, leveling, and not really looking at the actual actual content too much and just kind of playing. Those tics could have developed because of gaming. I mean, I guess they could have, but I've had them from like a very young age. I've had them for like pretty much my entire life, as far as I'm aware. And they happen whether I'm gaming. Ticks or sprinkles on the ice cream bowl of life to not be an NPC. Yeah. You know, I've kind of just accepted that, you know, they are there. I've learned to live with them, and I don't mind them too much. And like the only reason why I would mind them is because sometimes other people will like I've grown to the point where I don't really care what other people think of me too much. But sometimes, obviously, especially when you're meeting new people and you want them to like you, you can sometimes be like, well, you know, now I will want to repress them a little bit more. And that's when they, of course, you know, you're like, oh, well, you know, I'm repressing them, so it comes out. And the way I've always kind of described it, it's like I'll be moving like my shoulders in like a weird pattern or something. And like it's always the same, like repeating patterns and stuff. And like it is exactly what Tourette's is described as. I'm like 99% sure it is that. But the weird thing is, like the way I've always described it is, if you imagine if blinking your eyes was not a natural thing. Try not blinking for like 60 seconds, and like that feeling you get of your body telling you, dude, go blink. That is the feeling I get to do certain patterns. And it's weird because I know that I don't want to do them, but my body's like sending me a message like, hey dude, you have to do this or I'll make you uncomfortable until you do it. And the more stress I feel, it is just, you know, it appears. And I've actually never shared that on any content, but you know, I kind of like just getting personal with these kind of things because you guys too are sharing. And yeah, I've kind of learned to live with it, and I don't mind it too much. It's only really a thing that I mind when, you know, it's hurting my ability to make a better first impression, because you'll try to repress them and then I'll have a more, and some people might be a bit weirded out about it. But then again, the people who are weirded out about those kind of things, do I even want to be friends with them? No, not really. Also, guys, I've got some great chocolate-flavored Baileys over here. I have a lot of booze in my place, and I don't drink too much booze, but I've got a lot of booze that has been open for a while, and I'm like, you know, I should probably finish it. So it's not the Tourette's that make you swear and be all shorty in public? Yeah, I mean, dude, that sounds horrible. Like, to me, all I have is the very standard stuff. Sniffing, like scraping my throat, moving my shoulders, like blinking my eyes a bit more aggressively, shaking my head, you know, just those kind of things. Like, it's a lot of things that you could hide under, oh, hey, I'm a little bit under the weather, or, you know, I've got like a bit of a sore shoulder, those kind of things. So those are the kind of things that, you know, often I can kind of, I think I can hide them enough to the point where people think, oh, you know, you just got like a bit of a sore shoulder or something. But, yeah, well, like the thing is, whenever I don't want to hide it, it appears less. Like right now, I barely have it because I don't feel like I need to hide anything, which is great. Thanks for sharing. Thank you for listening. I'm not a drinker, but have a drink from me. But yes, yeah, the one where you feel the need to swear is like it's so weird, and I can totally understand it. I still remember there's this South Park episode where Cartman is, you know, I think he's faking that he has Tourette's or something, and like he's just swearing all the time. And the only thing that I kind of dislike is that whenever I tell people that I think I might have a form of Tourette's, they always immediately jump to that very popular example of it being about swearing. But no, I don't have any speech. Like nothing forcefully in my speech happens besides like scraping my throat or like sniffing a little bit, which I think are also very common examples. So you know, I don't have a very bad version. It doesn't harm my life in any way besides social interactions with people who don't really know, sometimes being a little bit weirder than they would normally be.
We cannot allow the burning blade of...
All right, hold on. Let me hand in these quests. But yeah, I'm not really a drinker either. I don't really drink alcohol too much. You know, I'll have like the occasional drink. And like
If we are to make these new lands,
you know, in like a party or something, I'll occasionally have a bit more, but like
this is the.
oh my god, it's so loud. We got some of this. I probably drink, like actually drink more than like a little drink every 3 to 6 months or something, so it's not too bad. You know, I feel like drinking doesn't really add too much to your life. Sometimes, you know, you want to drink something, it's nice, and I'll definitely have a drink, but it's not something that I... Oh, Razor Hill. I'm not sure if I've actually ever been here, guys. I've played the opening part in the Valley of Trials a couple of times in past playthroughs, but I'm not sure if I've actually ever been here. Kind of fun to be exploring this place. So let me accept all the quests, and I'll just go ham somewhere. I'll just go kill some shit, and we can continue talking. Do you guys anything you want to share, by the way? Anything you did today, or anything you've achieved? Anything that you would like to share with the crowd, with the class? Oh, can I not go through here? I guess I can't. I guess I'll have to go into the building and then come up. And, you know, I've really enjoyed making videos. That's been really fun to me. But honestly,
Led by Admiral.
hold on. Well, what I'll do is I'll turn the voice down a little bit because this is just very loud. Here we go. Dialogue.
Led by Admiral.
Oh, I think that might still be because the add-on is louder and it's like it's not actually in the same volume slider.
When we arrived, the Razormane Quillbars possessed.
There was a series of Big Brother UK with a housemate who had Tourette's. It was fascinating to watch. He brought attention to the disorder. Yeah, it's a weird disorder because it's not. I don't think it's really known what causes it. Like from my understanding, and I've done a bit of research into it, but you know, I've never really bothered to go like super deep into it. From my understanding, it's just like a little signal that your brain is sending wrong. Like, you know, the same signal that is being sent to your brain, or like that your brain sends, like, hey, you have to go and blink right now. It's sending me a similar message to like move my shoulder. And if you suppress it,
I almost forgot.
Then your body's like, dude, I sent you the signal, so I'll send you a worse signal this time. And you better fucking listen, man. Like, I think that's kind of how it works. At some point, you're like, well, you know, you might as well give in because your body's going to keep asking. And the more you reject, the more your body's like, man, you got to blink, man. It's the same way, like, when you don't blink for a while. You're like, you know, it's very weird. Let's see. It's been getting to, minus 12. And we have some snow. Yeah, a bit of snow here as well in southern New York last week. It was lovely. Something why differently. Yes, yeah, it's just... Like, it's nothing you can really change. Although, I think with the research that Elon Musk has been doing with the, like, brain implants and stuff, and, you know, making sure people can use their arm again after being paralyzed, I think that similar kind of tech probably in the long run, when... If that technology is ever developed to the point where it's commercially available and, you know, there aren't downsides to it, you know, obviously there's like a lot of privacy, weird kind of things that people are discussing about it, but I think the technology in general could probably be used to really solve these kind of issues, especially with people who have much more severe versions where they really do struggle in daily life, where it's harming them or it's harming their social life in a lot more than what I'm experiencing. But it's a very interesting thing that, you know, those kind of things might be solved. And it's great to hear that you're from New York. I actually visited New York quite a while ago at this point. I visited in December of 2018. I was there with my parents, with my sister for Christmas, and I had a really pleasant experience. It was quite cold, I have to say. I think it was like around 0, but like there was like this very icy wind coming from the water, and it was great. But man, it was exhausting. But dude, that city is so impressive. If you're not used to the impressive nature of these very tall buildings, like the Empire State Building and the Rock, and there was another one. It's so impressive to watch, like, how insanely large these buildings are. But it was really cool to experience, and everything after that feels kind of small. Hey Pip, do you know what minus 12C is? Google says it's like 10 Fahrenheit. Yeah.
Age has rendered me useless in battle.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. I was actually in New York City. Yeah, you know, I always forget that New York is a much larger area than just a city. But yeah, I was in New York City. We were in. I had we had like a little bed and breakfast kind of thing in Brooklyn, And then we just took the, I think it was subway. We just took to Manhattan, and you know we mostly spent our time in Manhattan, of course, because that's like the big touristy area. But man, we went there for like 5 days, and I was completely exhausted. Walking like 20K steps a day or something. You know, not really sleeping too much because we were like sharing a room with the 4 of us, like me, my parents, and my sister. And my dad was getting kind of sick. He had just recovered from something, so he was snoring constantly. And oh boy. It was an experience. Let's see, which one's the lowest one? We'll go over here, because that's the lowest area. There's also stuff down here. You know, we'll just wander around a little bit, get some shit done. I live in Hardiness Zone 3A. Can get in with the -40 wind chill in cold snaps. -4 is -40... Sorry, -40C is -40F. Hold on, that doesn't make sense, right? Or is there a point where those match up again when it gets low enough? I don't know. I'm not really familiar with Fahrenheit too much. I know, of course, that you know the temperatures are very much different, but I'm very much used to communicating in Celsius. You're 30 miles north of the city. A great place to grow up. Close enough to New York City to visit, but far from the craziness. Yeah, I would not want to live there. The city was great to visit as a tourist, but I distinctly remember walking in New York City, you know, at one of the like main roads at probably like 12 to 1, like, you know, at night. It was proper nighttime, and you know there was still traffic jams, and it was all busy. And the thing they've always called it, like the city that never sleeps, that is very much the experience I had there. It was very great to be there during Christmas though, because I think the Christmas theme that they've got going there, that was really nice. I really did enjoy the like the decorations and stuff, and the Christmas shops and those kind of things. And I've never been the one for theater. It's not really been my kind of thing. But I did really enjoy going to Broadway, and I think I saw, yeah, it was called Phantom of the Opera, which I had heard about, but I would have never gone myself. But, you know, everyone else wanted to really go, especially my sister and my mom wanted to go. And even as someone who does not really enjoy theater, they put on a hell of a show. Yeah, fortunately, the area where I live, it's not like it's a super warm area, but it's very much neutral. Like, the Netherlands are quite neutral. It is very much a place where the temperature, like, if it drops super low, we might be in like -10°C or something, but that's quite rare. Usually we're in like the -5 to +5 during the winter times, and then, you know, we spike up to maybe like low 30s, mid 30s most summers, with like occasionally 40 when it's like really hot. But it's a fairly neutral climate where it really doesn't have like these really extreme temperatures, especially not very extreme cold temperatures, which I can handle fairly well for someone from here at least. But I know so many people who are like, you know, the moment it's under 0, they're like, dude, I'm dying. And I'm like, well, I mean, it's fine. Let's see. But don't get a city that never sleeps, but bars close at like 2 a.m. in the US. No? I'm actually not sure. I mean, I'm actually used to the bars closing in Netherlands, or at least on like Saturdays. They close at like 4 or 5 at night. It's a little quieter from 4 till 4:30 a.m. I mean, that's probably like the quietest moment in time, right? Because nobody has woken up for work yet. Besides people who work like really weird hours, I guess. So, yeah, it makes sense that would be the lowest, or at least near the lowest. It's dependent on state and county. How's the rules for New York? There's counties who still have blue laws. No alcohol sales on Sunday. Oh, really? Then how are you supposed to refill your Saturday binge drinking spree? Now, I'm very happy that I've never been super into alcohol. I mean, I've definitely enjoyed my fair share of drinking when I was, you know, in my teens, and I had friends. We went to a bar and drink and stuff like that, which I definitely did a fair amount. But I've never really drank to the point where, you know, I'm like blackout drunk, and I'm quite happy that I didn't really feel the need to do that, because, you know, I feel comfortable having like a little drink over here, but I know I won't need to have like 7 more after this, because, like, you know, once you start, you keep on going, like a lot of people seem to have. I don't even know what I'm farming, by the way. I'm just kind of killing mobs. This is the perfect way to level, because I'm not paying attention to leveling. I'm just paying attention to the chat. And I guess at some point I'll hit a level up, but I haven't even paid attention to my experience bar in the past hour or so. Let's see, any more mobs around here? I guess I can maybe go in here as well. Maybe there's something in there. By the way, guys, thanks for joining me tonight. Every time I start these streams, I don't know how many people are gonna get joining me, and it's always so much fun to see, like a whole. Oh boy, wait, hold on, guys, hold on. My brain is now focused on this. Come on, man, come on, Orkea, which is my character's name, which is EK and Orc mixed, and then like a female version. Okay, here we go. Get the rent. Battle shout still going on. Make sure I keep the heroic strikes going. Come on. Big damage. I also think I looted like a big sword just now. It's two-handed though. I don't have ability to carry two-handed swords. But I think I can learn to do that, which would be quite strong. 2 stamina, 1 strength, a lot of damage. I probably want that. I probably do indeed want that. See, always... I feel like these towers are so weird, you know? Like, you wander through here, you're like, oh, that's a staircase, and then there's this. Is this something that's supposed to be like destroyed in lore or something? Because okay, I guess it's supposed to be destroyed in lore, but it feels so weird to have this. Okay, we continue our journey. Looking forward to trying some of the Horde dungeons at some point as well. And I do think I will enjoy Warrior quite a bit. It's quite relaxing. Obviously, you do have a lot of sitting in between fights. I'm well aware of that. Especially once you get into like the mid-levels, which I think are the most difficult for Warriors. But it's a fairly chill playstyle, I reckon. Lots of destroyed towers. Unsure if there's much lore about them. Yeah, I don't know. I've been seeing them all over the place, and I've always thought, well, they're probably supposed to be destroyed towers that during some sort of war were destroyed, and thus there is no stairway up, but don't know. Right, one of the quest objectives is done. We need some more marines. We need to kill Lieutenant Benedict as well, who I reckon is probably in there somewhere. So let's go in there and see what's going on over there. We also got some canvas scraps from these guys, which is for a different quest. So we're doing 2 quests at the same time, which is always very, very nice. There is Telepone, the hunter over there. Let's head in here. Never been here. Cool place. I guess I can take this guy off his hand. Actually, no, that one guy's already tagged by him, so I can't take it. Dude, there's something that I really enjoy about walking around on a character with a sword and a shield. Because, like, there's something about, like, the way it looks. Like, just walking around. See, I wanted to make a male orc first, but I didn't like the proportions too much. I think female orc looks much more interesting. I think just, like, I don't mind the bulky look, but I think male orc just doesn't look right. You know, like, it just looks too bulky. Especially in Durator, it can be a bit empty due to it being the most underdeveloped areas for starting in the classic version. Yeah, the area doesn't look very developed. Yeah, I've definitely think most time probably went to the Elwyn. Elwyn looks really developed. Dun Moreau also feels fairly developed. I haven't really experienced the Night Elven starting place too much. I think the Undead place was fairly developed as well. This one does feel fairly empty, which I don't really mind too much because I do think it works quite well with orcs. Because I don't think orcs, at least from my little understanding, I don't think they're the most architecturally inspiring race. So I guess I don't mind it as much. Okay, I might die here actually. I'm not quite sure. Oh boy, big hit. Never mind. My character's like, no, screw you and you're dying. We're not doing that today. Are you familiar with a Call of Duty streamer from way back called Only Use Me Blades? He was one of the first to stream gaming. I mean, the name does sound familiar, but I'd be lying if I said I knew who it was. I've probably heard about him. He's probably quite famous or something. But I've never really been a Call of Duty enjoyer too much. I mean, I used to play a little bit of Call of Duty, like Modern Warfare, like the initial version, like Call of Duty 4, in, what was it, like 2010 or something? Which I did really enjoy. It was a great game to play with friends. But I've never really been much of a shooter guy. He turned into a degenerate drunk, sadly. Oh, that's really unfortunate to hear. Yeah, I feel like it happens to so many content creators. You know, they start out meaning all well, and then something happens to them. You know, like usually around the time they get big, like their fame gets to them. They develop a problem. There's some drama or something, and it's always so sad to see the people go the way they went, because quite often they start out like all nice and stuff, and it just, yeah, it's very unfortunate. Oh, let me kill this guy. This guy needs to die. Oh, hold on. This guy needs to die quickly. This is quite tense, actually, you know, with like my HP. I'm not very strong, so I need to be quite careful. If I overpull too much, I die. Yeah, he was in the development of Drama's channel. Oh, really? Was he? Guys, if I ever get involved with some drama, pull me out, okay? Pull me out. I am not here for drama. I've always been of the opinion, like, I just wanna do my own thing. I wanna enjoy my time on YouTube. I wanna make sure I never get to a point where I don't enjoy what I'm doing. And I wanna stay out of the drama, okay? So, if I get pulled into drama, then let me know. Also, hold on. Let me very quickly answer a quick message before I turn completely antisocial. One moment. Alright, I'm back. His IRL streams are legendary for all the wrong reasons. Oh, was it that bad? Oh, I'll help this guy out. Wait, hold on. This one? Oh, but okay, hold on. We help you. Mental issue. Mental issue, it's you and me. I will help you. Actually, wait, if this guy dies, you know, like, I'm literally preventing mental issues from dying right now. Am I not actually hurting stuff? Wait, is he still... Okay, he's fairly healthy, so good. We can continue. There is Lieutenant Benedict. Oh, I was just gonna ask for a party. There we go. I'm gonna take out the lieutenant together. I'll battle shout him as well. Okay, we are much better now. Okay, here we go. I will go. Okay, he can pull him. Nice. What I think I want to do is I want to make sure I use my ability to generate some threat. Oh, he's much stronger than I expected him to be. Now, I would actually love to do IRL streams as well. I think it's quite fun to just be doing like all kinds of content. I've mostly been devoted to gaming and all those kind of things, which I very much do enjoy, don't get me wrong, but I love all kinds of things. I just like sharing experiences. I guess that's it. Oh. I guess he's back. You know, I'll just kill him again, whatever. He's weak. He must perish by my hand. You know, actually, when I started this channel, I was actually thinking about, you know, going more like a techie thing, which is why my YouTube channel is also called EK Tech. And I did do some hardware reviews, and I really do enjoy doing them, but I quickly came to the realization that making content about hardware requires you to purchase a ton of hardware, which isn't very feasible when you're not making big money from said videos. And since I'm making no money from said videos, it's a little bit unfortunate, because you can't really keep it up. Keemstar was his dear friend. Even Akeem gave up on him. Sorry, I wish I was aware of who these guys are, but unfortunately I'm really not. But oh, you just deleted the message? Don't worry, it's been locked in because I said it out loud. I will retract my statement. I didn't say anything. Don't know why you deleted it, but choose to believe it was for the right reason. What's up? What's going on up here? See, we're now playing like, you know, we're playing like a proper RPG, like, you know, we're properly zoomed in. Look at my cutie, by the way. Look at this cutie. Oh, hello. Someone is hitting my cutie, I think. No, he's running back upstairs. Hello. Okay, bye. Hope you're doing all right. Okay, so 2 quests are done. So actually, I don't even need to be in there anymore. So I guess I can just run out. Can I just sprint out in one go? Probably not. I'll probably die if I try doing that. Aha, jukes. Never mind. Oh boy. Oh, the jukes are on me. Okay, okay, we got this. We can do this. There's also a mysterious 5th viewer here, by the way. I don't know who the mysterious 5th viewer is, but he or she does exist. Because I have viewer numbers on for the first time in quite a while. And I have 4 chatters and 5 viewers. So someone is lurking. Thank you for lurking. Thank you for boosting my stats. I very much appreciate you lurking. But if you want to say hi, come say hi. Wanted to answer now, but since you deleted the comment... Oh, yeah. Yeah. Drama Alert was Keemstar, also Lolcow. Man, I feel like I've missed out on so much drama. See, the thing is, I don't know about you guys, but people always want... Like, people always want to watch drama. Like, drama gets views, and that makes sense, I guess, in a way. But I've never really enjoyed drama too much. Also, where is this quest? There's supposed to be a quest here. The Admiral's Orders. Which I guess maybe drops from a guy or something. I don't care. It's whatever. We just run out. But yeah, I've never really been one for too much drama. I'm like, you know what? Like, sometimes I'll enjoy the occasional drama, but if I had to live my life just reading drama or witnessing other people's drama constantly, I don't think I'd enjoy that. Not that into the drama. Yeah, it's like it's fine having a bit of drama in your life, but I'd rather fill my life with more positivity than negativity. I think that's very important. Which is also why I have a fairly strict policy when it comes to my chat. I think people are allowed to say everything they want to say, but the moment someone says stuff that is actively hostile towards either me or other viewers, especially towards other viewers, you know, they shall be removed. And we had a fairly interesting experience, and I don't know if Watt is still here watching, but we had an experience where I actually turned him into a mod where people started coming into my chat here as we were just playing a bit of WoW, and they came in spamming a fair amount of profanity, which was an interesting experience because it was the first time I had experienced that, and it was interesting, but it was quite funny because they, at some point, I think they realized that they couldn't trigger me. You know, I just stayed calm and they couldn't trigger me, and they kind of just gave up on spamming the shit. Like, I don't know, it's funny because I think a lot of people, I guess there's just so many people out there who will respond to it, who will get triggered, and I guess they're just doing it to try and trigger the content creator, which is quite funny to see. I mean, I don't really understand the act of it, because I would never do it myself, but I can see the reasoning at least. Alright, let's see. Let's hand in this quest.
Word of your bravery travels fast. One of my...
Here we go, and accept the quest. Oh, we go back down here. N-word Towers, signature IP2 rate. That was actually exactly what they were doing. They were indeed coming in here and spamming those words. That, you know, it's a word that doesn't upset me, but it's a word that apparently upsets a lot of people, so I will refrain from using it in any of my sentences. IP2 is a forum dedicated to Ice Poseidon's community. Yeah, I had heard about that, but... like, I'm just trying to wrap my head around what they're looking to achieve. Like, what... Who would want to foster a community that is literally there... Wait, that's how I found you? Wait, were you a part of that group that came in? Because I do remember talking to some of the people who stayed around, but I couldn't remember who was there. Hold on, because that would be kind of funny if I'm telling a story and you were actually involved in that story. But that was kind of funny. You know, I guess in a way I should be thankful because they kind of gave me more exposure. And I think I had like 16 people coming into the stream. Just to get a rise and have a laugh. They're ridiculous. Yeah. I mean, I guess some people enjoy it. I'm not really in that camp. But hey, if people enjoy it, then I guess people can go enjoy it. I personally don't really understand it. But hey, who am I to judge other people's way of having fun? As long as nobody's harmed, I guess it's all good, right? I saw the raid posted, so I came in and you were awesome. Hey, thanks, man. Thank you. Cheers. You know, you guys are so nice. You're exactly how I want my little, slowly growing community to be. And I appreciate that. I guess I'll go up here now from the wreckage. I need to get some level 8 stuff, and I'm almost level 8, so I think we should be good. So, can you give me some more insights as to how this works? Like, so I'm assuming, as far as I'm aware, there's a forum or maybe like a Discord or something, and yeah, Burger Planet sent me. Yeah, I remember reading that. So, you know, is it like someone's like, hey, tonight we have a target, and you know, they select someone from whatever they find, and they just all like join in. And that's the raid, like, or are there like lots of planning? Like, how do they select people? Like, I'm kind of curious to see how they do these things. Maybe I should just join the community as an infiltrator at some point, just kind of see what they do. not participate really, because I couldn't care less. But I'm very intrigued how these little communities operate. You know, the thing I was most scared about is not really what people were saying, because like, it doesn't bother me in the slightest. I am not very easily offended. People can say whatever they want, and I'll just be like, yeah, okay, whatever. The thing I was scared about is whether YouTube does any sort of checks in the chat with like automated systems that would maybe flag me for something. That's the only thing I was kind of scared of. Because I'm not going to spend all this like time and hard work to have my channel be taken down by something so random as that. Do it. Hey, man. I you know, I would say I'll make a video out of it or something, because that could be kind of funny, but something tells me they'll come back for me. Like, they'll find me. Because they found me before. But hey, they brought me a great viewer, so that's cool. The golden age of IRL is over. It was short-lived. Too much degeneracy. Yeah, I mean, I guess like mass raiding streams as a concept is kind of interesting. The profanity part, I don't really oh, this is just I need to grab. The profanity part of it, I don't really understand. But I guess the idea of mass raiding streams is kind of cool. But then again, you know, I've always just been of the very simple opinion that, you know, why be negative when you can be positive in most areas? So, I mean, it's not to say that I'm never negative. Like, when something is just bad, I'll be the first one to say it's bad. But oh, I want to kill this guy, by the way, because he's gonna ruin my life. Like, when something is bad, you can definitely say it's bad. I'm definitely gonna post that. My Portal Madness video, in case anyone's seen that, was definitely a prime example of that. But being negative for the sake of being negative, I don't like that. So yeah, we have a chill community over here, and I'm very happy to have all of you here. May we very slowly grow. Because I do want to hit 1K subscribers at some point. Because even though I'm not planning on making this a job ever, really, unless something miraculous happens. It'd be kind of cool to see like very, very small drips of monetization income just like slowly trickling in as like a supplement to my regular income. Which would be kind of fun. Even if it's like €1 a month or something, like, you know, it makes me a professional because I'm getting paid for it. I think the raids exist out of boredom because IRL streamers have little to no content. How many times can you mace someone, fight, drink till you piss yourself before the banhammer comes down? Yeah, I agree. I mean, people just run out of content, you know, especially if they're being paid to make said content. You know, if their monetization depends on it, then, you know, you have to find ways to find something that people will enjoy, I guess. It's a good thing that I'm a gaming content creator, because even though gaming content creators make very small amounts of money generally, because it's a very oversaturated market, at least there is an endless supply of stuff to do. And to me, it doesn't really matter what I'm playing, because I enjoy the chatting bits much more than the game bit anyway. So, like, for my YouTube content, I care much more about the game, because I'll be actively engaged with the game more than the community because there isn't a live community. But for streams, I'll play whatever really, as long as I can keep a chat going. Spreading negativity actively is something different than you experiencing negative thoughts during one stream for sure. Yeah, for sure. And I also think there's a very big difference between spreading negativity as an entertainment source and just experiencing something and expressing the negativity you feel about it. And the funny thing is, like my most watched video in the past 2 months or something is the one with the negative thumbnail. Like I made a thumbnail for it kind of out of curiosity called "This Quest Sucks" or something, and it's by far it's like my highest click-through rate, it's my highest watched video, and it's probably my worst video out there, out of like the entire last 20 videos or something. But I think simply because there's a negative title, people are like, ooh, negativity, I must click on this. Also, we're level 8. That's cool. Sam Papa had some excellent streams, very clever throughout, thought out well. Yeah, I mean, I always appreciate content creators the most when they can make content without needing to upset people in the process, without needing to harass people in the process, without being an asshole, you know? I much prefer watching, you know, I have a good example here. I've been watching in the past 2 years or something, 3 years maybe. I've been watching a lot of Josh Strive Hayes. And I just think he's such a positive person. He's always just there to make people enjoy themselves, and he's never negative for the sake of using it to gather clicks. He's just like, when he's negative, it's because he has a reason to be so. But he always tries to give everything a well thought out spin, which I very much appreciate and I very much resonate with, which is why he's quickly become one of my favorite content creators to watch myself. I've been trying that Supervive game and I can't tell if I like or hate it. Dude, I think Supervive looks really cool. I mean, I've been a very, very big League player. I've cast League, I've played thousands of hours of League, I watch League competitively, you know, every single week when it's live. I've been watching pretty much every League a bit at least. I've been absorbed by League. So for me, Supervive is a very interesting game, and I'll probably check it out. I'm kind of tempted to maybe like do a stream on it, do a video on it or something, because I think I will very much enjoy it. What professions are you going to grab? I think mining, and I've heard engineering is great. And I've also seen engineering things being very, very expensive. So I'm thinking probably something like mining engineering, mining blacksmithing, something in that range. I like the idea of mining because, once again, just like the skinning thing, you can just kind of go about and see things and grab them, which I really do enjoy the experience of. Mon says, you know, I love Josh. Yeah, I mean, Josh is great. And if there's ever someone who I would say is my prime example as to how I would like to be acting and perceived as a content creator, is Josh for sure. I think he's a very big inspiration to the way I want my content to be perceived. Although I think his content is extremely high quality. Like he puts so much heart and so much time into his content, which is very respectable, because I've made one video. It is called Nostalgia Goggles, and it's about like a GameCube game, and it's called Lost Kingdoms. And it's a video that I spent probably about 30-ish hours on, and I got like 40 views or something. And if there's one thing that is really rough on occasion, is when you make a video and you know, you put everything you have into it, tons of time into it, and then, you know, it doesn't get any views. And I think Josh has gotten to the point right now where he's done that so many times that his videos now do get the views he deserves. But you always start making those videos expecting or hoping to get more, and then you never get them initially, which does feel rough. So you really have to love the process, and you have to love the content you're making. Otherwise, those kind of videos, like, you just won't push enough out to really make something of them. Right, Sam is a clean and sober streamer, very detail-oriented. He spends hours streaming an upgrade, beginning with a pen and trying to trade up to get a homeless man a room for a night. I mean, that sounds cool. So, I'm not too familiar with him, but I'm definitely not opposed to checking out some new people. So you're talking about Sam. So Sam Pepper. Hold on, let me write his name down. Let me get his YouTube channel up, and I'll check out some of his content before I go to bed. Because I like watching stuff on YouTube before I sleep. So Sam Pepper. Let's see, who is this guy? Sam Pepper live streams. Whoa, that was very loud. All right, I don't know who this guy is, but yeah, I'll check him out a little bit. Never opposed to learning about someone who also is a very talented creator. Oh no. Oh no. Guys, I might be in a pickle. We might be pickling again. These tigers are... Oh my god, these tigers are blasting me. Oh, I have potions. I have a potion. Here we go. Okay, that's one. We swap to the other one. Keep pumping. He was controversial years ago, killing my best friend prank. Beautifully shot, but a prank. People turned on him. I mean, the name does sound very provocative. But I really can't judge him before I've seen him. You know, if there's one thing I've always kind of... Oh no, really had one hit left. Oh boy. Like oh, am I close to the... I'm fairly close. I can just walk. I always find it very important that when you share an opinion on something, that you know what you're talking about. I hate when people give their opinion on something they have no opinion of, but just because people expect them to have an opinion, they'll give their opinion even though they are not informed. And when I'm not informed on something, I would rather say I don't have the knowledge to form an opinion on this properly than to just give an opinion that I can't have because I've never seen the guy. So yeah, I'll definitely check him out. So I can form my own opinion, which is much better. So, I'm assuming I am mostly second monitor content to most of you guys. What are you spending your night, your day on? You guys working? You guys doing something else? Because obviously we're all from very different time zones here. I mean, I know some people are from Europe. I know that Pip is from New York, which I think is 6 hours earlier. So it's like 4:30 there now, as if my memory serves me correctly. Oh, here we go. He brought fertilized duck eggs and streamed every day of the hatching process. It was satisfying and beautiful. Imagine 10 ducklings running around your apartment trying to bond. Hey, that sounds adorable, man. That sounds really cool. Alright. Do I have any better gear? I don't really have better gear. West Coast Canada here, mate. It's 1:21 p.m. Oh, boy. That's a big difference. Okay, so that's 1:20 in Canada, about 4:30 in New York, I think. And then, as far as I'm aware, Mon is currently lives in Germany and thus has the same time as I do. Hey, we're all up to date. I know what all you guys are doing right now. I'm going to make a pot of chili, drink beer, and listen to 90s Britpop. Hey, man. I don't listen to pop that much. But you have a great day. Pot of chili sounds great. You know, I kind of wish I was a beer drinker, because beer is just so easy to drink. It's so cheap to drink relative to other drinks. But unfortunately, I just don't enjoy it. I hear Vancouver area is special. Dude, Vancouver sounds amazing. I hear so many good things about Vancouver. And every time I hear about Canada, it's always, people are friendly. People are friendly. I don't know if it's a stereotype or if it's actually true, but man, people always say how extremely friendly Canadians are. So I definitely got to go visit Canada at some point in my life. I would love to, get a car, drive around myself a little bit or something. That sounds fun. Currently leveling and off to bed soon. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, I'll probably stream for another half an hour, kind of depending as well, kind of on how you know, how I feel about the chat and how active we all are. If people are all going to bed and stuff and doing other things, I'll probably cut it off at some point soon as well. Also, I don't even know. I think I'm looking for some eggs, but are they on the floor? Or am I supposed to get them from these mobs? Frick Vancouver, haha, I hate the big town scenes. A bit away from it is a lot better. Yeah, generally I agree. I mean, I'm not opposed to being in a big city for a while, but living in a big city, I mean, I live in like the city I live in, it's not like a small little village or town or something, and it can get fairly busy in the city center, but outside that, you know, it's like normal suburban levels of noise, which is totally fine with me. It's a stereotype like saying all the Brits love tea and have bad teeth. Hey man, don't all Brits love tea though? I mean, the bad teeth thing is definitely not always true, but I do believe that every British person does love tea. I think that's not even a, I think that's a fact, isn't it? No, I'm just joking. Although I think it's fairly true. Just because I think most Brits just grow up drinking tea. It's just like a very common thing in the culture. Same, I've never been north. I might continue my investigation into my father's ancestry. It depends on how much beer I drink. Hey man, that sounds like a very long and deep night. But potentially very rewarding. Unless I'm missing a joke of some kind. Yeah, feels too true about Brits. Yeah. Okay, guys. Does anyone know this quest? Am I looking for some physical eggs on the? Oh, never mind. I found them. I don't need your help anymore, but I thank you anyway for anyone who was going to help me. I found out last year his grandparents were from the Transylvania region. I was shook. I mean, it's always a bit interesting to learn where your parents are from. In my case, as far as I'm aware, my entire family is pretty much from where I live. I mean, obviously there's probably like some deep history where some people lived elsewhere. I know my grandparents lived like, you know, further north, but still within like a couple 100 kilometers, like 100 kilometers or something from where I'm at right now. So not too much of a difference. I reckon there's gonna be some more egos here that I can break. Oh, hey, the eggs are on the thing you just figured out. I'm helping. Hey, what? I appreciate you helping. Thank you so much. Without you, I would have never been able to find it. I thank you from the bottom of my heart. How did you find out more since then? Yeah, I'm actually curious as well. Inform us as to your investigative procedures. Oh, by the way, kind of funny side story as we're, you know, waiting for people to answer in chat. I have to make like a little poem for like a gift. You know, for like the holidays and stuff. And I, for fun, kind of decided to ask ChatGPT and see what ChatGPT came up with. And it came up with a poem, and I'm like, yeah, you know, that's fine and all. But then I told it to make it complicated. So, you know, it added some fancy words. Then I told it, make it more complicated. And it added more fancy words. And then I told it, make it the most complicated you can possibly make it. And it just threw like the friggin' thesaurus in my face. And like half the words were like these super convoluted, difficult words. And I was just reading it like, dude, I have just crafted perfection. This is the next Shakespearean thing? This is the next Shakespearean book that has been written by me. Well, by ChatGPT, but I'll take credit. And I thought it was quite funny to read. Try and decipher what exactly it was saying, because it was fairly complex. But I guess in a way kind of rewarding to figure out as well. Let's see. Right, Dad's parents came here from what had been part Austria, but the border was fluid, and that area became Germany, or I guess German, after they left for America. Okay, cool. Increased complexity by 150%. Yeah, that's kind of how I did it. It just became like this really big mess of like expensive words, and at some point it was talking about like the solitude of emptiness in like, I was like, where am I going? It sounded like I was creating some sort of very deep psychological analysis of something. But yeah, that is very interesting, Pip. I do very much agree. You know, if I had more ancestry to research, I might do a similar thing, but in my case, all my ancestry is very much close by. I mean, maybe like very distant ancestry, but I can't be bothered to look into that too much. Yes, increase to the size of flesh wounds. Wait, what? Sorry, I'm a little bit lost on what that is in reference to. Oh, a tiger! A tiger. Channeling my inner Australian, even though I'm in no way related to Australians. Or maybe I am. You never know. Speaking of ancestry, act as Shakespeare and write a poem about... Yeah, I can do that. Oh, a practice sword, not a two-handed sword that I can't use. I guess I could probably unlock two-handed mastery from some NPC somewhere. I found my last name in Sweden. I have an unusual last name. See, the thing with my last name is that it's a very common one, and my first name is also a fairly common one. So it is very difficult to find out more information because like there's many people with my name. Also, just a bit of trivia for you guys. My first name starts with an E, and my last name starts with a K. And the way I made up this username, which I made up like 5 years ago or something when I created this channel, because I wanted to have a name that I wouldn't hate hearing if I ever for some reason did become like semi-famous and I needed to like say my name, like hello I am. It's my initials pronounced, so it's E-K. That's how I made my name. And then I just like changed the spelling a little bit, and that was the birth of my username. Because I wanted to have a name where, if for whatever reason I ever became, like, known in some capacity, that I would not mind saying out loud without cringing. I shall call you Bjorn. I don't know if that's in reference to me, but you can call me Bjorn, sir. Pip, you have my permission to call me Bjorn. But only if I can call you Pete. We'll be Pete and Bjorn. Don't know why Pete, but there you go. There you have it. Dude, the leveling experience is so much more fun when I can just chat. I'm not paying attention to the game. I'm just chatting. Guys, I think I should do this all the way to 60 at this point, you know? we gotta have like hundreds of hours of just like me slapping like some mobs. I'm a madame. Oh. Oh, really? Well, in that case, I will call you. Let me think. Let me think. Peter, Bjorn, and John are a lovely group. Yeah, I will call you not Peter, I will call you Petra. You are Petra now. But hey, if you are in fact a madame, as you point out, then you are boosting my numbers, because every time I look at my numbers, it says my viewer base is like 100% male. Because, well, I reckon my content definitely caters mostly to men, considering I cover currently a lot of World of Warcraft, which, as much as women do play the game, I think they don't consume as much content about the game. But since you don't consume any WoW content anyway, and you just consume... I was gonna say me, but that sounds very weird. My content, you can boost my stats, so thank you very much. Also, I feel like there's a fairly long delay because the responses are very delayed. So I still don't know if there's any way I can make it shorter. I think I can't because I made it like as short as I possibly could. Delay is literally 1 second from my end, so I think all the delay that is there is like literally the upload speed. But my upload speed is like 1 gigabit per second. I am honestly just an old pothead from the suburbs who doesn't play video games. Well, then thank you. Thank you for being here. Alright, these eggs, you know, I'm gonna ask again. Guys, where are these eggs? Because maybe if I ask, maybe I can find them. Because I would like to get these... There they are. See, it works. There's a dino, though, blocking the path. Probably smash him. Let me finish my drink. It is gone. I mean, it does sound like a bad life. Yeah, sounds quite alright. There we go. That's egg number 2. It's a bit of a slow burner, but we're getting the eggs. Is there an egg around this corner? There is not. I don't know how many times I've looped around this island by now, but I'm committed. It definitely does take a bit more effort and time to level up on this server, as I was expecting, of course, because there isn't the whole, you know, rune system boosting me and like the experience rate being boosted and all those kind of things. Okay, I'm off to the beer store. Take care, folks. I hope you're still considering the Tiny Bee Hanging Christmas live stream. Hey, man, I'll be there. I haven't had a date set in stone yet because it really depends on my personal plans around Christmas. So it might be somewhere like before or after Christmas, but I'll definitely do it, and I'll probably a day or maybe a couple days before, I'll probably make a community post talking about exactly when I'll be doing it, and I hope you'll have the time to join me. So have a great beer stall run, and a pleasant rest of your day. I'll see you later. Thank you so much for joining. Hey man, I'm committed to the idea. We'll make it happen. I'll try and prepare some Christmas themed stuff. Thought about it the other day. Hey man, I'm happy that I can keep you occupied with my stream even when I'm not streaming. You know, that's a good sign. Hey, there's more eggs. Bye, Bjorn. Bye, Petra. Bye, Petra. Oh, this is going to become some sort of a meme, isn't it? Alright, you know what? I'll go hand in these 2 quests. I know I can go do these quests, but they're like level 10 quests, and I'll probably struggle a lot. So I'll just run back here. I'll do some of these things, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I'm not in a hurry. I am not in a hurry. I'll just keep on running and chilling. I also need to repair my armor at some point. I reckon I can probably do it somewhere in Razor Hill. Oh, there's a tail lasher behind me. They don't really drop too much loot. Like, I can almost never click them. Which isn't necessarily a problem or anything, but it's just what it is. Yeah, you can repair in Razor. Okay, that sounds good. Well, we'll run over to Razor Hill. Oh my god, they keep coming at me. Dude, I don't know what it is, but the aggro radius in this zone seems really high. Really takes longer leveling in normal classic than SOD, yeah. So, I don't know if you've... I mean, you might have heard this from my my content if you've watched the videos, but if not, I'll just repeat myself here. I did play Warrior until like level 31 or something on the original classic, like in 2020, I think it was. And then I kind of got really... I mean, maybe not bored, maybe the correct word, but I kind of burned out, and I started playing other games more. So I definitely know how long it takes, but you know, definitely jumping to SOD and then jumping back here is a very big difference. But if I'm honest, I think I enjoy the leveling experience more than I enjoy the overall endgame experience, because I really do enjoy endgame, but I'm having so much trouble in SOD right now getting the parties for the things I want, and then I'm blocked by not having a party for things, and it's not that I'm not having fun. But it takes so much more effort right now to play the content that I want and or need to play than when I was leveling. Because when you're leveling, you just jump into your character or like log into your character. You go to a zone, you grab a quest, you go do things. You can chat, whatever. But right now, every time I want to go record SOD, which I want to do because I want to work my way through that series. Like I really want to do that. But every time I launch SOD, I'm like, okay, can I find a group for something that I want to do? And do I have enough time to do it? And that is also, of course, a thing because social life also is a thing. And I'm struggling finding the time correlating with the groups being available to get the content out that I want. Because I went from having daily videos to having like videos every 2-3 days or something. So now having like at most one video a week, which I don't mind too much because I'm kind of filling the content with streams. But it also might be like too little, you know, to the, oh, wait, there's a mob here. To the point where people might like slowly fade out of my channel because the content delivery just isn't like frequent enough, which I'm a little bit worried about because I kind of like the fact that I build up a little bit of a viewer base through SOD. And as much as I'm doing it just for fun, I definitely do have the long-term growth of my channel in the back of my head when I make content, because obviously, as much as it's just for fun, growing a channel is fun. Even if it's not for monetary purposes, but just for the actual just fun part about growing the channel. And I'm halfway to the 1K subscriber mark, which I'll get to at some point. I will get there. Dude, speaking of I will get there, man, this is a long journey. Like just, it's not even that long, but just, you know, I'm used to the mount now, like the epic mount, and everything is just much faster. But this, you know, I'm re-familiarizing myself with this. But honestly, I kind of like that. Yeah, I get that. Have you noticed a difference in the stats based on content upload dates? Yeah, I can actually, hold on. You know what? I'll make my way to a Razor Hill, and if you're interested, I'll actually give you like a bit of a behind the scenes. Because I'm very open about my stats and stuff on YouTube. I really don't mind sharing any of that. And I definitely noticed a very different pattern. I'll set it up while I'm... Oh, also, quick question. If I can get your honest opinion, I changed my settings, or my picture, sorry. My profile picture to a picture of my actual face, as opposed to like the old logo that I had. Which I think is more professional. And I kind of like it myself, but I'm kind of curious how it is to other people, because I'm not sold in either direction really, but I think having a face, especially when like a lot of my content has a face cam now, I think that probably works quite well. But I definitely am always up for feedback and those kind of things, because I'm not a very artistic person. I really enjoy the creation process of videos, and I enjoy like the chatting stuff, but I'm not a very artistic person. So like art and those kind of things is not up my alley. Like I'm already happy that I can create what I believe to be semi like okay thumbnails. Which is literally just me like grabbing a screenshot and adding something. You think it looks good? Okay, man, that's great to hear. Thank you so much. Alright, we've almost made it back to Razor Hill. Funny thing is, my Guild Wars 2 content that I kind of started the channel with alongside the tech content is still going hard. Like, it's still generating views after views. Every time I don't upload a lot of new content, those videos just keep on chugging. They keep on going. They keep getting me consistent views. If I were just about views, I would just create Guild Wars 2 guides, and I would be like 10 times the size. But I wouldn't enjoy my time too much, which is what I care about most. But it's kind of funny to see that I could just do that, and that would make me so much more enthusiastic in the stat sense. All right, here we go.
Your recovery mission was...
What do I want? These are boots that I don't really care about. This is wrist that I do care about. This is something I care about the most. The wild metal girdle. Here we go. We got it. Beautiful. And then I also finished the other quest. I'll be roughly half with level 9, which is nice. I think I started the stream like level 6 or 7. So we made some progress. Don't really care about making like the most progress. It's kind of weird to use Questy for once, but I think it works quite well when I'm
You might be.
trying to focus less on the game itself. We got the bread. Oh, we got both actually. Go. Yeah, it's fine for now. All right, so I'll grab my stats real quick, and I can give you a bit of a behind the scenes. So let me see how this works again. We add a window capture of YouTube. Oh. Oh, there we go. So, here we go. These are, what I'll actually do is I'll do this, and I'll put it under my cam, like so. There we go, beautiful. Have you thought about changing to EK Tech, to EK Place or something? The tech name gives the impression there was a channel focused on repairing tech equipment, etc., like how your vision was initially. Yeah, actually I have, but I think you can't change your actual display name. I think you can change it for the comments section, but I think if I change it, actually, hold on, let me look into this, because I think changing YouTube channel name, I think there was something you couldn't do. Because actually, I kind of like EK, just like EK in general. I think that's actually sufficient. I don't think I need to have plays or anything. I think I looked into this at some point. Hold on. So it says in the left menu, select customization, customize profile, customization. This probably. And then yeah, so name. I can go to EK. Choose a channel name that represents you and your content. I mean, it might actually work now. I think they. Publish. Does it work? There is. Okay, there's actually a lot of stuff to do with like, me confirming things. I'll look into this later because I, as much as I don't mind sharing things, I would like to keep my like personal information personal. Wait, no, I want this to be gone. Come on, can I just not? Okay, there we go. So anyway, I'll look at that later, but thank you so much for the reminder because it was something that I was thinking about myself as well. So, this feels better. Okay, so I can go. No, go away. Verify it's you. Go away. Okay, you know what? I'll just reload my YouTube feed. You can see what I'm. Hey, there we go. Josh Strive Hayes. There he is. He's immediately there, right when I was talking about him. So, YouTube Studio. And we go to analytics. So, as you can see, I'll go to the past 365 days. So, this is roughly... Okay, actually, I'll first do lifetime. So, I started here. And it's a little bit laggy, by the way. It's probably because I'm recording it or something, but it's weirdly laggy. It doesn't matter too much, but, it might be lagging your end a little bit as well. Because the mouse feels like a bit off. So I started here. I had like a couple of big spikes. This was like some Guild Wars 2 guide video that was really popping off, but like wasn't giving me consistent views or not that much, but just like popping off. I've been quite low, like infrequent with my uploads for a very long time. Like 2020, 2021, 2022. Like not too much was happening. Didn't really do too much with the channel. Uploaded like sometimes. Then around November of last year, I really started to take an approach where I was like, okay, I'm gonna just make consistent content, and I've kind of been doing that for like about a year now. You can see, like, it was quite immediate. Like, the jump was quite immediate, jumping up to more views. And then especially around this area here, like around July, it went really, really high. Well, at least relative to what I had previously. Same with views, actually. Like, they kind of went up a little bit as well. But especially watch time, because I was gathering, like, a little bit of a community who was watching my content consistently. It was going up and up and up. And I was really happy about this, because you can see, like, the watch time over here was quite nice. This kind of is what's happening now. So if I go to my last 90 days, you can see it a bit clearer. This is kind of when I stopped uploading daily, as you can see as well. Like, there were a lot of videos here. And it's not terrible, but it's definitely like, whenever I upload, it spikes up, like here. But then it tapers off again when I don't upload. So one video a week really isn't enough. I kind of want to have at least 2 videos a week. And it also needs to be 2 videos a week, of course, that people are at least watching, which means WoW content. I've tried other content, but people just won't really watch it because it makes sense. People are here for WoW content, so I kind of need to find a way to pick up the pace a little bit. Subscriber numbers have been fairly alright. I've just been like kind of consistently getting them. Kind of would love to put a bit more focus on this. Also kind of fun to see, by the way, if I go to watch time and I go to lifetime, like 300 or 13.3k does feel quite good. Oh, really? 2 videos? Yeah, I think if I get 2 videos or something per week, I think that would be quite nice. There was a while I just had like daily videos, but the way I did it is I recorded like I don't know if you were there for a bit of it. I can't remember exactly when you joined my community really, but for a while what I would do is I would just like record a ton. You know, I didn't really have much of a social life at that point, at least not like not a lot of stuff that I was committed to on a daily basis. Like I have a bit more now. So I would just record for like 20 hours a week or something, and I would just make like 20-minute videos out of it, and just have like 30 videos in the bank, put them all up, and just have them like go out every single day consistently for like 3 months straight. But people wanted, or people mentioned they would like to have a bit more back and forth. So I decided to cut back on bulk recording, and now I make longer videos, less frequent videos, but more recent videos where there is more interaction between me and the comment section, which means that when people say something, I can take it into account immediately into the next video, which is fun, but that's the downside of whenever I get busy, I don't have bulk recordings, and thus I don't have the content coming out consistently, which is a bit of a problem for the numbers, but in the end, I care more about what people like to see. Yeah, started watching quite late into the SOD series, yeah. And all I ask of you is to just go back to episode 1 and watch everything. It's literally all I'm asking you to do. It's not too much, is it? No, actually, no, it's... that's way too much stuff, man. It's like 147 videos now, I think. It's quite ridiculous, actually. I wasn't expecting it to become that long of a series. I was kind of expecting to go for like 30, 40 videos tops, maybe. But it just became like this massive thing, which I really enjoy, don't get me wrong. I really enjoy. Also kind of funny, if I go to audience here, you can see that watch time from subscribers has gone up a bit. It's now 13%, which is already much higher in the past year. Because if I go to lifetime, it's 4.6, and if I go to 90 days, it's 24.4%. So that does mean that there's more people subscribing who are watching my content, which is what I care about. I care about people who want to watch my content and return to watch my content. Because that's the way you build a community, I guess. Yeah, it makes it a bit harder to be a part-time content creator and not full-time. Yeah, it is. I mean, I'm working a full-time job. I have a relationship. I have friends. I do work out. So there's a fair amount of other things that I want to do. And especially now that WoW is asking me to do a lot more on a schedule, you know, like raiding and stuff, if I want to get into that a lot more, I'll need to reserve time for it. And then also, of course, there's the editing part, which also takes a lot of time. Fortunately, the editing part, quite often when I'm working from home and it's like very quiet during working hours, I can like squeeze in like 5 minutes here, 5 minutes there, and like throughout the entire day, I can get like 30 to 60 minutes maybe of like recording, like breaks or like editing done. So I'm quite often editing during like small downtime work moments. But recording, of course, can't happen during those times. So yeah, being part-time does definitely make things a little bit more tricky. Then you've got the geographies. Like the United States is quite high. Germany is quite high. United Kingdom is a bit there. Sweden is there. Canada is there. Which, you know, it's been boosted, which is nice. And then of course there is male and female. 99.1%. I choose to believe that the 0.9% is Pip. Pip is 0.9%. Actually, I don't know if this is like watch time or viewer numbers. Also, it doesn't say live here, so maybe it doesn't take into account live. And then the age bracket is quite interesting as well, of course, because it's WoW, which is a bit of an older game, and I think I probably cater to a slightly older audience, which means that like 25 to 34 years old is 71%. Which, to be fair, while potentially true, I do believe that a lot of people will, of course, have made accounts that are 18 plus years ago, even if they were not 18 plus, just because they wanted to access videos that required you to be 18 plus. So there's probably a lot of invalid information in there, but still, you know, most people are in the 25 to 44 age range, which makes sense considering the kind of games that I'm covering on this channel. Which, so far, I've really moved into covering MMOs and RPGs I think that's kind of becoming my my niche. But yeah, Pip is you know, carrying my my female numbers. But yeah, you know, we can look at the content as well if you're interested. You know, you can see these are my top live streams actually, which is something I've never really looked at too much. The Guild Wars 2 raid did quite well, 70. Well, Guild Wars 2 raid, of course. You know, we did mostly like random chatting and decorations and stuff, but it's kind of fun to see. Concurrent viewers, peak 6, average 2. It's all good. It's kind of fun to see the peak and stuff. Those numbers are very much open to interpretation. A bit unclear. Yeah, a lot of the numbers are quite unclear, honestly. It's like click-through rate as well, which is quite interesting. For live, there's the video tab, of course. And you can see top videos. Guild Wars 2... oh, well, actually, this is a... Wait, hold on. Why did part 89 do so well? What is part 89? So this is kind of what happens to pretty much all videos I upload, besides the Guild Wars 2 guide videos. They get spiked up a lot at the start, then at some point they stop, and then just kind of flatline. They'll still get like the occasional view here and there, but it's kind of like 10 views in like 100 days or something. Actually, a bit less. Which is always a bit interesting to see. Obviously, it makes sense because YouTube stops pushing them. But that happens with like every single video. And it's so funny because some videos get 1,000 views, which to me is a lot. Other videos get like 80 views, and there really isn't any rhyme or reason to which video does well and which video doesn't do well. It's really just, I guess, which video has like a good momentum. And then YouTube's like, whew, I see momentum. I need to push this more. Which I think is kind of how it works. But they always like flatline. And then you go to like this video, for example, which is a Guild Wars 2 sort of like semi-guide video. Here you see, just consistently climbing. Same with the watch time, consistently climbing. Like 258 days, it just keeps on climbing, always giving me views. If I want to become a big YouTuber with no effort whatsoever, I just make like 3 videos like this every single week, like random guides about stuff that I don't even care about, but just because there are guides in there. And I would explode. But I don't like doing that. You should try Supervive sometimes. I will definitely try Supervive, by the way. I will. It's free as well, I think. So I will definitely do it, and I'll probably stream it, because I think it's quite a fun game to stream. So that's when they get lost from the new tag. Yeah, pretty much. But it also depends when... I think it depends how good a video does. Because, you know, it goes from new... so I think the way it works... As far as I understand the algorithm, which is, of course, a very complex thing. But I think the way it works is your video gets, like, pushed to, like, a small audience where YouTube thinks this audience might like it. It tests it. If it does well with the audience, it knows which target audience it should send it out to. Then it sends it en masse to, like, everyone within that audience, or at least a large portion of it. And then it kind of like either gains momentum and it keeps going for a while, or it realizes, hey, there isn't momentum, and then it just stops again. Also, my orc is kind of dancing on the side, which is kind of funny. Or even make little clips from your lives. I would love to do that, honestly, and I've made shorts from my videos, but there's a problem with it. I already struggle to find enough time to make the videos and do the live streams and do the editing and all those kind of things alongside my other things that I want to do. Going back through and watching my own content to try and find things that I think are interesting, and also judging my own content is very hard. I don't know what things I say people would want to watch and which things I say people just don't care about in the least. It's very difficult to gauge that myself. And the time investment for the return in the amount of content I can create for it is very low. So the way I did it previously is because I had highly edited WoW content, I could go through them and I could kind of, because it was already quite heavily edited. So I would just edit it down even more and take like the ones that I really enjoyed, and that kind of worked for shorts. But grabbing it from live streams means I have to sift through, well, in this case, about 2 hours of me chatting about random stuff and hoping I find what I believe to be a gem, edit it, upload it, and then hope that people enjoy it the same way I do. And I would do that. If I were full-time YouTube, I would probably dedicate like 5 hours a week or something to literally just doing that. Just going through my old stuff, making notes, like when I'm streaming, like making notes. Oh, I think I said something quite smart there. You know, make like a little note and a timestamp. Go back in later and then, you know, grab it myself. But time is just a thing. You know, unfortunately, there's only a finite amount of time. I have maybe on average about 3-4 hours a day on days where I don't, you know, see my girlfriend, on days where I don't have other things that I can invest into anything like content creation, edit, well, any part of it, you know, like recording a video, doing a live stream, making shorts, editing my videos, but also, you know, like stuff like watching Netflix is in there. So I really have to carefully choose, hey, do I want to spend tonight making a video? Do I want to spend tonight making, like doing a live stream? Do I want to edit stuff down? Do I want to do this, that? Which sucks, because I want to do it all. But I don't have the time, because working full-time is unfortunately a thing I have to do. Otherwise, rent won't be paid, which I've heard is a very important thing. Otherwise, they might kick me out. True, you do have a point. It is a lot, maybe, if there's major notes. Yeah, so if you guys see something, like in all honesty, if you guys see something on my stream, you're like, dude, that was absolutely hilarious. You know, I would 100% find that fun if it was a short. Tell me, okay? Just like literally give me a timestamp, and I'll extract it from the stream, and I'll grab it, and we'll make something out of it. So if you see something where you think, yeah, that's great, then you're helping me a ton. So that you know, you can be my my clips advisor, you know. But yeah, overall, I just unfortunately don't have the time for clips. Like shorts are fun, especially now that shorts have gone up to 3 minutes. I think it fits a lot better with what I want to do, because my content is a bit more long form. But if I have like a very long rant about something, you know, it's much easier now to fit it into 3 minutes than to fit it into 1 minute. There's also the barracks here. I reckon in these barracks there's like a warrior trainer, maybe even. There's a shaman trainer, general goods. Actually, I can actually remove the YouTube thing. There we go. Even your fail moments, but our time zone difference can be problematic. Yeah, it is rough. 3 minutes, really, yeah. I'm not sure if it's changed fully yet, or if it's like a beta thing, but YouTube is removing, or at least testing, the removal of the 1 minute cap and moving it over to 3 minutes, which personally I really like, because I am not really a very big shorts enjoyer. I do watch shorts, don't get me wrong. But, and this sounds very high horsey, okay, what I'm about to say, but I don't mean it in that way. But I kind of like slightly more intellectual content, and I think 1 minute is often too short for intellectual content to really prosper. I'd much rather watch a 3 minute video that is, you know, has enough time to build up a point, make a point, break down the point, those kind of things. Where I think 1 minute is often a little bit too short. And that's not to say that the 1 minute can't work, but I also think shorts kind of lose their value as a short when it starts creeping into long-form content space. Because at that point, you might as well watch a full, like, 15-minute video, because you're already watching, like, much longer-form content. So I'm not... even though I personally think it's a great idea to go to 3 minutes... I'm not sure it actually does that much. Also, first aid trainer. I think that could be quite handy. I don't have first aid. I don't have first aid on my wallet, I think, because I never really needed it. But I'll definitely grab it here, because I think I can make bandages with some sort of cloth or something. So shaman trainer, priest trainer. Ah, that's a warrior trainer down here. But fail moments can also get you noticed to view other content, like your intellectual. Yeah. Yeah, I agree, And I think fail content actually is quite good. But unfortunately, I never fail. Which... it's a problem, you know? No, actually, I fail a ton, but... like, you know, if I... okay, so, for example, today, if I had all the time in the world, what I would probably do is I would go back in, I would try and figure out the moment I died, make a short called Living the Warrior Life. Something like that, you know, just have like a couple of random deaths, low-level deaths, that probably gets some clicks.
Are
That
you
probably
here for
works
training,
because
or are
people
you-
resonate with the idea of, hey, leveling a warrior is kind of shit. It just is. That's the way it works. But I don't have the time to do that consistently. And, you know, I can occasionally grab something from stream if I think of something cool. You know, it's definitely not impossible, but it's simply difficult to find the time. And also, it's not always just finding the time. It's also... I don't always want to dedicate all the time to the channel because it's still a hobby. And I don't want to ever be in a situation where my hobby inflicts any level of damage to things I would otherwise want to do in my life. Like, you know, if I'm thinking like, hey, I'm gonna record tonight, you know, that's my plan for tonight. But then, you know, like, friends ask me, hey, do you want to do something? Or like my girlfriend asks me, like, hey, do you want to like go see a movie tonight or something? I will usually choose the social thing because I think, as much as I enjoy doing this, I think the social thing should be prioritized in most cases. Unless I have something like very specific that I want to do, and obviously I think having hobbies is very important. I also think not prioritizing this over your social life is very important for a healthy life. Let's see, what is hamstring again? Maims the enemy, causing 5 damage and slowing the enemy movement by 40%. Is there any way I can use this to kind of like kite and regen in between? Maybe. Thunderclap, I know it's 10% attack speed reduction and a bit of AoE damage. And I think it might also be quite good for aggro management. I'm not quite sure. And Heroic Strike, of course. I think this is always good. Does the rage amount go up? No, it doesn't. So it's literally just more damage. Beautiful. I love it. We can grab parry as well, which simply makes me give me a higher percentage to parry. And when can I unlock plate? Level 40. Yeah, super strong for kiting. And also you said cut it into a direct 2-3 fail clips. Yeah, I can definitely do that. So, you know, but do keep giving me any input you have, by the way, because as much as I've definitely kind of disregarded the idea of clips. It's not for the sake of me not liking the idea. It's just me not. I don't think I always have the time for the idea. Did I heal? No, my durability is still shit. Wait, was there a guy there? Is there a guy in here? This is an innkeeper? Who else is in here? I wasn't paying attention to any other. I think I'll go back in there because there's probably a repair guy there. Like an armor merchant or something that can repair my shield. I need my shield repaired. Okay. I'm sure there's someone in here. There's a priest trainer, a shaman trainer, a general goods guy, a warrior trainer, a first aid trainer. Oh, there isn't? This guy can't repair, can he? No, he can't. I guess I'll sell my stuff for now. This stuff. What is this? Really sticky glue. Renders the target unable to move. That could be like a nice I am in a pickle thing. Training sword, the bear. You know, it looks good, but I don't have two-handed equip or two-handed options right now. I'll just sell it for now, and you know, I'll get something better later, even if I do unlock it. The belt. Do I care about the belt? I don't care about the belt. Go away. Health. This is mana. Alright, this is fine for now. There we go. So I think if I go to my first aid now, I can make linen bandages, and I can make all 10 of them. Create. I could have just clicked create all, by the way, instead of clicking create, but hey, whatever. Save the sticky glues, super OP. Okay. Okay, sounds interesting. It's by a blacksmith to the right when leaving the building. Okay, I'll check it out in just a moment after I finish making all these bandages. So these bandages can only be used outside of combat, right? But they heal a lot quicker, I think. Because this heals 61 health over 18 seconds. This heals 66 damage over 6 seconds. Which is just a lot better. So I'll put these bandages like down here. There we go. Also, I have the Elf UI one. I just clicked warrior and it had like a warrior preset. And so far it's been quite alright, I think. There's trade supplies here. There we go. This is where I'm supposed to be. There is... I guess this is fine. This guy can repair, right? Yes, he can. Alright, good. You know what? I'll probably cut the stream quite soon, but I do want to make a little bit of a journey. Just gonna walk up there, unlock the Witch Rider, explore this place a little bit, because while I have been here, I think at some point in the distant past, exploring is always fun, and there aren't that many places I can explore anymore in this game. But there are still some Horde starter areas that I haven't explored, which is always fun to do. Also, apparently it's already past 11. Which is much later than I expected. Hello, Warlock. This is a pretty cool little... what do you call this? A pass? Is it a pass? Dude, as much as it looks really interesting, the textures on those rocks up there are definitely like O3 textures. They look kind of shit. Also, in case you weren't aware, I am using Reshade to make the game look a little bit better. So the left side is the normal one, and the right side is my Reshade one, which I do think looks a little bit better, you know. So that right there is, I believe, Orgrimmar. Which looks quite nice. I'll miss you. Hey, what? I will miss you too. But don't worry, I will be back. I will be back, and I'll miss you too. Kisses. I don't know if those kisses came through, but I gave you the kisses. Orgrimmar does look kind of cool. I do enjoy the city. I mean, I can't remember too much. I know there's a... like a flight path. Not really a flight path, but like a Zeppelin thing there, which is like the equivalent of the boats. I do think I kind of like these things better. Like, they're so unique. The Zeppelins. It looks better for sure. Thank you. I'm happy about that. Here we go. I'll just accept... At this point, I'll just kind of accept whichever quests I find, and I'll see later which ones I do or don't do. You know, I do like the idea that because leveling is much slower, I am much more enticed to both full complete a zone, but as well go through multiple different zones in the same level bracket. Because as much as I think the leveling speed in Season of Discovery probably overall is a better experience in general, I do think there is something cool about like this very slow, meticulous leveling process where you really have to utilize multiple maps to level. But it can also burn you out a lot. Oh, this guy tells a joke. I'll tell a joke as well. Oh, slash... Wait, slash help. Slash... Is it not slash joke? I guess it's not slash joke. Slash laugh. There we go. He told me a joke, I laugh at him. We are now best friends. Alright, this is my first time setting foot into Orgrimmar in years. I have been here in 2020, but I haven't been here since. And I do think it's a pretty cool town. I do know there's a dungeon here as well. I think it's Ragefire Chasms, if I am not mistaken. But it's a cool place. So I could set my Hearthstone here if I wanted to, which I guess I might as well do. I can always walk back to the other place, which is not a big problem. I do want to unlock the flight path, which will be the first flight path that I have unlocked. Yeah, correct. Okay, great. I'm happy that my memories aren't absolutely terrible. I think the flight path is at the very top of this building, if I recall correctly. I've been feeling a sneeze coming up for like a minute now, but it's not coming out, and it's like right there on the edge. Come on, sneeze. Come on, just... No, it's still... My sneeze... My sneeze is AFK. Okay, well, at least we have the Wind Rider. So, I think the Zeppelin that is out on, like, the outside of this town, I think that Zeppelin, if I remember correctly, connects to the undead starter zone. So like Terrace Glades. Which of course is quite far away, because Terrace Glades is all the way over here. And I think it's, yeah, connected to this. It's kind of funny to be on this this continent now as a starting zone. You know, I've not really done that, because I've not leveled a Night Elf. And I've only leveled a bit of Human and a bit of Gnome. And a little bit of Dwarf, I guess. Who all start on this continent. In like this area altogether. But now we're starting here. Good memory. Correct. Thank you. Great. Good to hear. I mean, I did really enjoy playing my Undead Warrior back in the day. It was great. I think when I quit was when Warrior was supposed to... Oh, and Stranglethorn Vale. Oh, I guess like there's two different airships or something. Like two different sides. Kind of like the boats at the wetlands, right? Okay. So the thing that I... Oh. The thing that I remember is I was playing my Undead Warrior. And I think I got to the point where Warrior was supposed to finally kind of become good. But that's when I quit, because I got a quest for a Whirlwind Axe, if I remember correctly. And I think once you get that, like that's the first time ever since like the early levels, you kind of feel strong as a warrior. But I think it was like a level 40 quest that I got at level 30, and you needed a party kind of to help you out to get it, and I couldn't really find anyone for that. And I think that kind of pushed me away. Plus, I think at the same time something Guild Wars 2 related came out, so I played that instead, and then I never returned to it. Which is a little bit unfortunate, and I think my character no longer exists. I guess something happened, and I guess I had to like transfer my character to an era server or something like that in order to continue playing. Because I've checked all the servers and I think my character is no longer there. So I probably missed some sort of transfer period. Which is not too big a problem, because I wasn't intending on playing him. But I would have loved to at least log into him again and kind of see where exactly I left off. Like what build I was running and those kind of things. Pardon my sniffs. I don't know, like it's the second time now where I've been streaming, and I feel like I'm developing a bit of a cold, but then the next day it was gone. So I hope it's the same thing again tomorrow, because I have no intention of getting sick. I have content to make. I have work to do. I have no time to be sick.
Would you rather trust your
It was also a
with
bit
goblin?
weird. Oh wait, I think some multiple add-ons I think are being a bit weird. But the funny thing is, the first thing I went to a bank in Season of Discovery on like my secondary character, which was like a warrior like level 15 or something. I went over to a bank expecting there to find the items I had put in on my warlock, on my gnome, my main character. But then that wasn't the case. And I was so confused, and then I realized that apparently banks are a character thing, and you can send items to other characters, and like you can create bank characters through that system. But I'm so used to play pretty much any MMO where banks are pretty much like the shared thing. So them not being shared was kind of weird. Yes, my fingers are crossed. Yeah, no shared bank. It was an experience, and I don't really mind it too much because I don't really care for it that much. But I was definitely expecting it to be shared. Yeah, Guild Wars 2 has it shared. Guild Wars 1 has it shared. You know, Nine Dragons has it shared. Rose Online has it shared. Like all of these games that I spent a ton of time in back in the day, they all had shared inventories. Like every single MMO that I remember playing more than a little bit is one with a shared bank. So to me, it was only natural to have a shared bank. And it was weird that this game didn't have a shared bank. Now, I'm used to it now. I don't really care about it. But it was definitely a bit of a culture shock almost in a way. And, you know, I actually used to be this person when I was probably like my early teens, like 12, 13, 14, that range. I was the kid who would just, like, every week I had found a new free-to-play MMO, because that was the heyday of MMOs, you know, like it was like mid to late 2000s, and every single company out there wanted to create their own MMO, and like they were all free-to-play MMOs, and they were all trying to like grab this like insane hype that I guess games like WoW and to a lesser degree Guild Wars 1 had created. So there were like the scene was just like flooding with all of these different MMOs, like Fly and Maple. So I guess Maple Story was like very different, but you had Maple Story and you had Rose Online and Nine Dragons and Two Moons, and there was like so many different MMOs. I can't remember like most of the names, but I remember every week I would be just like, oh guys, I found this new cool MMO, and I would play that for like a week and just like be completely obsessed with it. And then like the next week I'd be like, oh, guys, I found a new cool MMO, and I would grab that game and I would just go through all of these games and play them a ton. Never really getting super far into any of them really, besides like a couple that I really invested my time into. But I played so many different MMOs that even though I didn't really get a lot of time into each one, and I really didn't understand them on the fundamental level, in hindsight now, because I played so many different MMOs for at least a bit, I at least really have learned what I like in an early MMO experience. The end game is very much up to debate. It's very difficult to really say what I like because there's many different things I like, but I really know what I like my early game experience to be like, and I do think Classic WoW provides that quite well. Because what I like is I like my games to... Did I get buff? 3 stamina. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Shaman. I think that was you. I like my games to have an exponential difficulty scaling. I don't like it when I start a game and the game's like, hey man, here you go, have 10 abilities right off the bat. You can use all of these abilities, like everything is flashy, everything like gets AoE, blown up, like those kind of things. I like to be eased into a game. I like to start the game off, have like 1, 2 abilities, get a 3rd quite soon, maybe get a 4th quite soon, and then like slowly like learn every ability before moving on to the next one. And then near the end, you can have like the exponential growth where you really like ramp up the systems a lot because your player is informed enough to understand those systems. But if a game throws them at me like immediately, I get very turned off by that. If I have a game and they're like, hey man, you have like 10 abilities right now, you go into a dungeon straight away, and oh my god, you go PvP right now, and you know, you're like teleported all over the place, and I'm like, dude, like, chill. Allow me to like just allow me to explore your game at my own pace and ramp up the difficulty accordingly. And I think WoW does that fairly well, although I do think Classic WoW suffers from potentially scaling a bit too slow, to the point where I can see a lot of people becoming quite bored during the 30 to 50 range, I guess, because it's very slow, but you're also feeling like, oh, you know, but I'm still so far away from endgame. So I can see that being... that's why I think Season Discovery speed was very nice, because I was still leveling fairly slowly because of my approach to the game, because I took a very... like, you know, the no questy approach, very slow, almost no guides, figuring out things on my own. I took it very slowly, but I think the leveling speed kind of kept me sane, because I didn't have to struggle through this leveling speed with my approach, because I think that would have taken me like 500 hours, which I think would have kind of burned me out at some point a bit too quickly. But yeah, allow me to think for myself as well. I think it's very important that a game allows me to think for myself. I think, you know, I want a game to respect me, like respect my intelligence, and allow me to make mistakes. I think that's also very important. I think you should be allowed to make mistakes in Buildcraft and in anything, because if I can't make mistakes, then I can't make correct choices either, because if there are no mistakes, then I'm automatically making correct choices. And then why would I be proud of my correct choices when I can't even do the alternative? Provide me with a way to mess up, and I will learn not to mess up. Provide me without a way to mess up, and I won't even know I could have messed up, because I couldn't have. There you go. That's a clip right there. I don't know, you know, we've reached a point in the stream, by the way, again, where, you know, I'm no longer playing the game. I'm just chatting. I should probably cut it off soon. It's getting quite late. and there is work in the morning. It's a cool place though. Like, look at the skybox and stuff. Like, I have a fairly similar opinion of this game that I do of Guild Wars 2, where I think the graphics, they don't hold up too well from a technical standpoint. And obviously, like, the textures in some areas are, well, let's be real, kind of shit. But looking at that gate, for example, like just a stylized gate with like the wooden bars here, and like there's a little bit of shadow going on, and like, you know, the like proper depth, like walking into this tunnel, it's great, isn't it? I still think it holds up fairly well. But yeah, I gotta take care of myself. I agree. So I will be closing down the stream. You stop leveling too. No, I think it's a good idea for us all to either go to bed, in case we need to go to bed, or for What, who is obviously living in Canada, if I remember correctly, to maybe do something productive instead of watching my stream. So thank you so much for watching me again today, guys. I always appreciate you being here. Hope to see you again next time. I'll definitely, you know, I want to do a lot of different things. So I'll be streaming this, I'll be streaming Dragon Quest, I'll be recording WoW, I'll do a lot of different things. But yeah, I hope to see you guys again for what comes next. Have a wonderful evening, and I will see you later. Bye-bye.